What's going on, everybody? Stack Jock here. Up $451 in the first hour of trading. Crazy freaking day today. Was up a lot, then was down a lot, then was up some more, then was down. It was just red, green, all over the place. And this last trade was just one that put me over the edge to be green in the morning. I actually did finish up the morning or the day up over $4,600. Got some movement out of Tesla later on in the day that was a lot easier to play than the morning, and I do think we'll see a lot more movement on Tesla in the next couple days for sure. But let's get into the trades and we'll go over how the morning went. All right, so this first trade was Tesla. Tesla gets a $625 price target out of Oppenheimer. This thing has pulled back now for basically 2 days. Daily candle over candle. Absolute monster move today. 10% at the end of the day. Just absolutely insane. Closed outside the Bollinger Band. Super, super bullish. So without that upgrade, Tesla was kind of stuck with $500 being maybe $510, being all it's going to do. More than likely, because it's run up so much and there was really nothing to push it further, because the highest price target was, I believe, Wells Fargo, giving them a 525. I think it was Wells Fargo, someone. Anyway, it was 525 was the max price target on them. And then Oppenheimer comes out today and just lets everybody know, hey, we've got more room to run. So anyway, I missed my first entry today. My first entry, I was looking at maybe a little gap fill. It gapped up, let's see, quite a bit. Let's see, it closed at 478, gapped up to, call it about $20. So pretty decent gap up once the market opened. And I was hoping it would fall down into this level, this pre-market kind of support area here. But instead it hit this one that was right before where the bell rung. Tapped it, and then came right back up. So, I like to play opening range breakouts, but sometimes I'll use the pre-market levels as opening ranges as well. And in this case, this would have been the play. Whichever one broke would have probably been the way to play it. And even if this one broke, then you're looking at this one down here. So it could have gone either way. In this case, it did hold up support here. It dipped to here. And then absolutely ripped, $10 in 5 minutes. So I missed that, and I can't, you just can't chase, right? So I waited and waited, and I entered in here. Okay, this is the the second, I should say. Well, yeah, kind of. So we have these pop, pullback candle, candle over candle. This is the first time we got pop, pullback, candle over candle. So I enter in some calls when it's here. We get a quick pop up to here. I'm looking for Bollinger Band. I'm looking top of Bollinger Band target. I'm looking for a high day break. It just couldn't do it in this first push here. I did sell half of my calls for about a 35-cent win, $350. I held the other half thinking, okay, I just wanted to take profit on the first half. The second half, I'm thinking, okay, maybe we're heading to 504, 505 range. Absolutely not the case. We put in a lower high on the overall move, and then we start going candle under candle, and now we're making lower lows. So now the trend is now down. And I hold, and I'm giving it some time, because I really do believe that it was going to go up based off of this upgrade. I ended up, my eyes are blurry from watching this thing today. So I add back, and at this point down here, I am down on the second lot about $1,600, sometimes $2,000. It's just kind of fluctuating all over the place. So hold. I'm looking for VWAP to hold, just continuing the downtrend, something like that. Continues until we put in a higher low. So this is telling me it wants to reverse out of this trend. I give it a shot. I think this is where I added 954. Let's see. So I added here. Okay. So I thought right here, I thought this is going to be the higher low. What it ended up doing, I think when I run it live, you can kind of see we got the pop, pull back, and then we actually got a candle over candle, which when it's up to this resistance line, I rejected it immediately. So I was feeling, really wonderful about that on this ad. And immediately I was down some more. But it did hold up. The VWAP did hold up. The next candle over candle play here is the one that worked. It broke out of this line. And at that point, after being down so much, I'm just looking to take profit. So the first lot I ended up selling for about a 15-cent win. The second lot I sold half, my second lot being in the ad at 660. I sold for almost $1.60 on half the contracts, and just call it $1.50 on the other half. So nice win overall on that second lot. And as you can see, we break this downward trend line, this downward channel to the upside. Let me zoom out a little bit. I sell at 1008. That's along here. So pop, pull back, candle over candle. Now we created a double top, and I started to exit when it just could not break 505. And 505 is kind of a natural resistance. It's a whole number. At this point in the day, the stock has gone from a close of 480 to now 505. That's a freaking huge move. $25 move, right? So 5% move for about about a 5% move on Tesla. I'm tired because I've been literally staring at this thing all day, minute by minute. So that was the Tesla trade. I'll try to run it fast forward quite a bit, but and I'll kind of slow it down when I get to the orders. Long Tesla, looking for that 1 minute candle over candle. I'm going to take half off just to lock in some profit. I'm hitting the ad on Tesla. See if it can kind of break this 500 level. 5 minutes, starting to look decent. That's a pretty big rejection right there. Okay, that was a bit of a heart attack. I think I'm gonna sell. All right, I'm out most of my calls right now. I've got 5 left. I'm tempted to hold these, but we'll see. All right, so this next trade is a news play. You won't hear the news because when I record, it's just not in the recording. If you listen very carefully or turn your volume way up, you can probably hear the microphone pick it up from my headset that I wear. But anyway, the news, FUV had news. It come huge spike in volume, huge spike in price action, whatever. But it just doesn't go anywhere. I go long as soon as I hear the news. I get in at 174, probably inside this candle. It just kind of stops moving and getting spiky. You'll see it on the price action when it starts moving around. And at that point, it's tested to the top side 1, 2, 3 times, whatever, just not going anywhere. And at that point, I'm just getting out because it's starting to lose its momentum. Longs are getting frustrated. And I got out probably, I don't know, a couple bucks lost, basically break even, no big deal. But this is how news plays works. It could be the best news in the world, but if people are selling, and that was the case here. Long FUV news 350 price target from Darty. I'm at 174. A lot of selling on this pop. Jeez. So we've only moved a few pennies here. Gonna give this a few more seconds here for maybe a 1-minute play, but this is really heavy. A lot of sellers. I don't like that. All right, I'm just gonna get out. So this next trade I took was CPAH. This one, it had a high day right here, really kind of moving, pretty big moves today. And I was just looking for a kind of a high day break, and it gave me a setup right there at high day, at the high day. So the setup was like this. This is kind of what, let me zoom in a little bit more. Here we go. This is kind of what I was looking at. So you have, you did have a high day break here, kind of just came back underneath it. It was setting up for a pop. So we have a pop, pull back, and then candle over candle right here. So I went long, 2,000 shares. I got pretty bad slippage on this one, about 10 cents. So I wasn't too thrilled about that. I wanted to get in at 566. I get in at 574. Pops up to the upper Bollinger Band. No continuation, comes right back down. I immediately sell. With this kind of move, I'm looking for immediate, follow through. I want to see, especially these low floaters. I want it to explode upwards, but it hits this level, rejects it pretty hard. I have to respect it. I sell minus 20, minus $400. Not too thrilled about that. Shortly thereafter, it did finally get up here, rejected 6, Tried it again, nothing, and just fell flat on its face. But minus 20 on this trade. Low floaters just haven't been that hot. Long, 574, terrible fill. Rejected the move at first, looking for 580. That's a double top. Oh, bids are coming in still. We give it 1 second. Nope, I'm out. So this will be the second time on this trade that I've given back my profit for the morning. So this one, we've had this nice pop, pullback, another pop, pullback, kind of what am I trying to say here? A double top with a triple top. Triple tops usually break. That's what my thought process was on this. So we kind of had this nice flat top here. We kind of had some rising support on the 1 minute. Nothing, too amazing. So kind of look at it like this. So let me zoom in. That's probably better. All right. So we had a 1 test, 2 tests, kind of a 3 test, 4 tests. Messed up my charts. There we go. Came back down, put in, kind of a double bottom for a reversal back up on the 1 minute anyway. Nice support line as well. Came back up here, was strong with some volume. Pop, pull back, a nice hammer candle. Tell me it wants to go higher. Goes candle over candle. I go long looking for this 505 to break, and immediately it gets rejected. So I take calls on this. I took the 510 calls because I was really thinking if 505 breaks, we're just kind of off to the races. So I take them at 11:41, and immediately it rejects that move heavily and comes down and breaks this kind of like support line. It didn't hold underneath it, but just this drop here was over about a 90-cent drop in option price. So this was an $1,800 loser just from going here to here. That was pretty unfortunate because that ate up all my profit. It took me right on the day, and it was kind of a bummer. And this is kind of a move that frustrated me tremendously in 2018. I would be up early in the day, and then around 10:30, I would give it all back and then some. So I was having some flashbacks of 2018 on this one. Luckily, the day ended up pretty good, but I did stop out in fear of this trend line breaking after another rejection of this 505. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 tests basically of 505. 6 and 7 if you want to count these 2 candlesticks here. Lots of tests. I thought it was going to break, didn't do it. Came back down, and I just sold for the loss and took it on the chin. So the next trade was on Tesla again. After I got flushed out, I saw another kind of candle under candle play that just hit support again and kind of bounced off of it. This is the candlestick I went long in. Price was moving back up. I tried again. I'm saying, you know what? This is still holding up. It should have just collapsed here and didn't. Even though it stopped me out on this candle, I got to give it a go again. Tried again. I was probably looking at some oscillators, and they probably told me that it was going. It could move up as well. So I go long, looking for this test of this area again. Kind of fakes me out again. Comes back down to the support area, holds support, goes candle over candle, and then we get continuation. We break that 505. I sell half for about $1,770, and then as it rejected pretty hard, I sold the other half on the way back down for about another $110 win, and then it just completely came back down and flushed out. I'm gonna try it again. Might be a glutton for punishment here. Oof. Wow. Come on. All right, my next trade was BCDA. This one had, I think, FDA approval on something, and I had the circuit breaker halt, popped up again, a circuit breaker halt, 45-minute circuit breaker halt, pop, pull back, and this is the first candle over candle opportunity we got. It was kind of like a pop and drop, and there was no continuation on it. Again, no continuation on these low floaters. So I got in at 645, and I sold half for $30, and then the other half I sold for a $150 loss. So red on the trade. So 644 long. Out half plus 3. All out the rest. Man, actually lost money overall in that trade. It's a false break. All right, so this, I believe this next trade, and it might be my last, I'm not sure. Of the morning, yeah. I'm trying to see here. It's probably the last one I'll cover in this video. But NBEV, well, I took this FIVE play. JP Morgan came out in defense of them, and it popped. It was whatever. I was in it. I was willing to hold. It closed at 375 today. Now looking back, that would have been absolutely amazing because I got in at 225. Whatever. This was a news play. NBEV, Benzinga reports that Kylie Jenner uses NBEV product for her diet. And Kylie Jenner is probably one of the most influential people for the younger generation out there right now. Something stupid, like she had 1 billion followers on Snapchat. I don't know. It's something stupid. Just her brand is insane. So any kind of attachment to Kylie Jenner in any way, this company should absolutely take off. When I heard the news, the stock hadn't done anything all morning, and I wasn't even looking at it, right? I hear the news, come over here, I see it's only popped 5 cents when I get in, and I just start hitting that buy button. I buy actually 8,000 shares. Thing shoots up. I'm just like, I'm holding all day. I don't care. This thing's going to the moon. So we get this huge spike up. I end up closing out these FIVE calls. I didn't even care, just because I wanted to focus on NBEV. And it shoots up, right? Shoots up, goes to 235. I'm up an insane amount of money at this time. Looking for a pullback, candle over candle. This candle over candle was kind of like a false print. Like the L2 I didn't even think was there. And with that false move, I was thinking, well, maybe that's just a false print. Maybe we have come back all the way. The Fibonacci pullback for this stock should have held support at 195. I was giving it a little leeway. It definitely pulled back more than I thought it would for being breaking news, for Kylie Jenner using InBev product, blah, 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 blah. Turns out the news was old and it was just rehashed news, but I didn't know it at the time. So that's why I didn't sell. I did end up selling the stock for about call it a 20-cent win overall on 8,000 shares. So it was a win, but it certainly was not the maxed out whatever. And this is kind of where price action comes into play. It doesn't matter what kind of news it is. You have to go with price action because price action told me the truth that this is rehash news. If it was fresh news, if Kylie Jenner tweeted out that she uses this product, this thing absolutely would have been a rocket ship. But since this is from this is old news, I think it came out in November, and it just didn't have the follow through again with these low floaters. So in it, basically 175 out at 194 ish, somewhere in there, 190 overall. So nonetheless, made some money. I did end up playing it again later on, but let's just finish this trade first. Kendall Jenner, InBev, I'm long. Jeez. She drinks it every day. She's got, what, 1 billion people watching her on Snapchat? Yeah, I'm long. InBev. I'm going to hold this. That's a pretty glowing endorsement for me. Wow. Yeah. I'm going to get out of these 5 below calls so I can watch this other trade. Sold half. Looking to sell the rest here. Yep, I've got to. I have to. So it's breaking the fib level of this 195. 5 minute looks terrible. Can it curl? Absolutely. Probably. Does it eventually go? Probably. But am I willing to hold any longer on that current play? No. And that's how I ended the morning, up $451. Like I said, I did end up over, let me bring it down here so you can see, right here, $4,608 on the rest of the day. But the morning was $451, red, or green, red, green, red, green. I was just done. I needed to break. Took a while, waited for some setups to develop, and that's where we're at. You can kind of see here, Tesla's gapping up another $5. Jeez, this thing's insane, and it is going to 550 tomorrow, right? We'll see. So that's all. If you're interested in my trading style, there's 2 ways to find me. You can find me on Twitch. I'm starting to stream the mornings on Twitch, so the link for that is in the description down below this video, as well as you can come in my free Discord chat room. And that is it. I'll see you all tomorrow.